want every kid to know, never chase money. Always chase your dreams, chase what's going to make you happy.
Fighters come from rough areas, and then you see the boxing gyms go in rough areas.
We can't control what's going on. We shouldn't cry about it, Whoever higher than you or whatever your belief system is, give it to them.
You are listening to Law Have Mercy.
Hey, this is Chaz again with another episode of Law Have Mercy. I have my second non-lawyer guest, and it is a good one. A good friend of mine, Derrick Gary. He owns a gym, a boxing gym of all things, Born to Be Great Boxing, B2BG Boxing. He's doing tremendous things, and I am so happy that he's taking his time to come talk to us today. What's up, Derrick?
Man, I'm good. And yourself?
Good, bro. Good, man.
Appreciate you having me.
I appreciate it, man. You've done so much for me and helping develop me as a boxer and give me so much good life advice and really helped with my son Jake. We could talk about that in a little bit. But, man, what's good?
Same old, staying busy, just trying to put things together. That's about it, man.
Well, now you're a business owner now, so I see you working that cell phone, bro, all the time. Every time I see you you either got some mitts on your hand or a cell phone in your hand.
Right. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing. I can tell you that.
And you're gonna be probably getting into hosting some boxing events all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you just recently opened your gym. I don't even know if you're officially open, but there's always a ton of people there and training there. And you're located next to the Pizza Village on Mall Street.
1915 Mall Street, right next to Pizza Village.
Okay, dude, your gym is huge.
Yeah,
I think it's the biggest boxing gym I've ever been in.
For sure, it's one of them here. For sure.
Because the ring is like in a spot, but you can't even tell there's a ring in there because the gym's it's huge.
You have a lot of space.
And you work with all ages, shapes, of sizes and
ages. I started 7 years old.
7? Okay, so you work with 7-year-old all the way to adults.
All the way to adults.
And you have people that come there that have never thrown a punch before.
Mm-hmm.
And you got professional boxers. You introduced me to a guy the other day. You think you told me he's like 30. He looks 20.
20. Oh yeah, that's like my little brother Kalen Alfred. Hell of a fighter.
Yeah.
Hell of a fighter.
We're gonna see him on TV?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
He's the real deal.
He's a great fighter, great talent. Not just him, man. We have a lot of talented kids that come through there. Like a lot of decorative kids. I got not all of them is my kids, but some of them is like Mr. Sheldon kids. Then they got some kids that come from Papillon's Boxing Club too, but it's a few of them that I train also, you know what I'm saying, and they do well. I'm talking about some ranked kids in the nation, some of the best kids in the nation.
Before you were just working out of the gym, out of your like a garage or something?
Nah, first it started with just me and my son by ourselves. We just started and then we started making progression. We started learning from people, from different coaches, different places, different things we just kept doing it, and one thing led to another, and we here now.
When did you pick up boxing?
I picked it up with my little cousin Brad Solomon, probably about 13, 14 years ago.
And you were actually doing the boxing?
Really and truly, no. I just wanted to fight because I thought I could fight. That's how that started. And then I started training with him, and I never used to train at all. I started training with him, and from there, just fell in love with it. I fell in love with it, and I'd go to the gym, do everything that the fighters would do, and then I would spar every now and then they had a coach from Texas City, and he really thought highly of me. So he asked me to spar a couple of his fighters, and I sparred. I did well. I did real well, and then.
And this is from pretty much teaching yourself.
Yeah, this nothing from this.
And just watching, observing.
This is me straight coming from the streets. He thought I lied to him, so he thought that I actually had been boxing, and I'm like, nah, this is what I got, So I ended up sparring one of his kids, well, 2 of them, and they were both good, but they both didn't push me. So in my mindset, I'm like, man, that's all it's about. So I'm figuring like I got it all figured out, And he's like, man, when you come next week, I'm gonna have a kid that's getting ready to compete at nationals, you know. And I'm like, all right, cool, bring him. At that point in time, I didn't care who you bring because I'm thinking we'll get the same result or it's going to be, you know, the same thing. And, man, that kid came, bro, and it was totally different. And I understood at that point in time boxing wasn't just about strength or athleticism. It was about being disciplined, respecting the sport, having to train the right way to beat. Because you could go so far with just being good or just being talented, you know what I'm saying? You have to put in the work some way, somehow to become on another level. You could be average, you know, because you got a lot of average people, but to peak above average, you need to push yourself mentally, physically, challenge yourself, because you might do something today and it was easy work for you. Then next week it was easy work, and then you get this job and it's like you just can't figure it out. So the tough task is the best task. That's what makes you hurdle over.
And that's
You know what
every part of your life, whether
That's
it's being
life,
a lawyer
period.
or a football player, a boxer, or anything else.
Right.
You have to push yourself.
Like if you want to be the best at it, if you want to be great at what you do, you better push yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're going to plan on just staying on that same playing field. To me, every individual, no matter who they are, what they doing, husband, wife, boxing, you got to push yourself to be better.
When did you really get a passion for not only boxing but teaching others how to box?
With my kid, you know, like I was staying in Houston and I moved back, and it was just like the relationship, the bond it caused between me and my son, you know.
How old was your son at the time?
10.
Your son was 10.
He was 10.
You were still in Houston.
I was still in Houston.
Were you living the right wasn't living the right way by a long shot, you know. Everything I did was from how I live, you know. I came from the streets. I sold drugs all my life, you know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people sit up there and they hide. I don't hide nothing, because my past is what make my present. Because if it wasn't for my past, I wouldn't be the person that I am, you know. And when I was younger, a lot of people ask me, like, you know, why you didn't fight? And I'm like, man, I wasn't motivated to fight, you know. We ain't have money. I'm 20 years old with over $150,000, so I'm not motivated to do nothing else but give money. Like, my dream, me being so young and naive to life, I'm thinking when I get 23, 24, I'm going to be a millionaire. Not knowing jail, not thinking it could have happened. Not knowing, you know, all the other stuff that come with the streets, you know what I'm saying? Not understanding responsibility. So I'm thinking this just going to keep repeating itself. And that's not how it really works. If it was this easy, everyone would do it. Why is everybody selling drugs, right?
Yeah, like, you know, so that's one thing with the kids. I want every kid to know, you know, never chase money. Always chase your dreams, you know. Chase what's going to make you happy, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't pan out like that. And it gave me a different flow, doing something different. And when I started engaging with kids and seeing the difference that I could make with the kids, it kind of motivated me even more.
Well, I've seen you really tune in to kids, right? You have a way of speaking to kids and getting things out of them, being able to make kids push themselves further than they thought. And I think it's because you grew up in the streets. You have that credibility. Like, I've been there. You don't want to go there, right?
Right.
Would you agree with that?
Most definitely. I think more is, to be honest with you, like seeing things, man. I'm so big on, if you say he can, I know he can. He got 2 arms, he got 2 legs. Just because he can't get there as soon as the other kid or the other person got there, it's just like you can't tell me no kid can't. Like, I really don't believe in it. Like, no kid. I don't care if he's a super athletic kid. I don't care if he's a goofy kid. Every kid can do whatever they want to do if they put their mind to it, you know. And if people put belief in time too. You know, because you might have a kid that's super advanced and you got one that's not so advanced. But at the end of the day, you know, we all ain't walk at the same time. Everybody do things at different times, different cycles. So I just feel, you know, I believe in every kid that you bring to me.
Do you think that because you were finding yourself and trying to get out the streets when you found boxing and saw the development of your son at 10, that's what enables you to see potential in other kids who might be 9, 10, 11, 12? I'm trying to figure out how you have that ability to see potential in kids. Most adults don't.
I tell you one thing that really that a lot of people don't know because I don't really share it. I have 2 sons, by the way. And when I engaged with my younger son, I saw how much I missed out with my older son. And it rubbed me like the wrong way, you know? So it was kind of like, I wonder if I would have did that with my older son, put that much time and effort as I put it into my younger son, how he would have developed. And don't get me wrong, he's a great kid. He works hard, finished school. Like, he's an amazing young man. But it's just like, I want to know what the result would have been, you know, if I would have put that type of time. So with that being said, me spending time with my kid, it helped me develop to see different things with kids, period. Just watching them, you know, watching their body language, watching when they feel like they can't, watching them. And like with kids, you could just sit up. Well, I ain't gonna say you, but a person that's really, when you got a passion for something, you see different because you're looking through love. You're not just looking through a like, you're not looking through a dollar sign. Because I tell it to anybody, no matter if somebody give me 50 grand, 100 grand, I don't feel nobody could pay me for what I do to those kids. And I'm not saying I'm the best, but I observe and I believe in every single one of those kids. And that's a lot of things. Coaching is coaching. You could coach any kid. You really could coach. But if you don't instill something in a kid, you never really completely coach them because you just coach them to listen. That's all you ever coach them to do is listen to somebody else. No, you got to coach them to listen to his heart. Like, to listen to his desires. Like, it's not just about listening to a coach. You don't want a robot. You want somebody that you can groom when he get old, let him do his own. Like, that's what I believe.
You're teaching them to have internal motivation.
Yes, sir.
Internal desire, right? Because you can create a robot. You're trying not to create a robot, essentially.
Making sure I want all leaders, no followers.
You want them to build it within. Like my son, Jake. Jake, I want you to know that you're the man.
Right, and every time he do something, Jake, and people might laugh, they might look, but nah, Jake really know on the inside, like, he becoming better, he's getting better, he's confident, and it's a belief system, because you could fight as good as you want. If you don't have that belief system, you're going to fail every time, because the simple fact, as soon as that challenge come, I'm not the man, I'm not the but when you're mentally there, it comes with what I'm doing. Like, me getting knocked out, that comes with what I'm trying to do. Whatever it is, that comes with the territory what I'm trying to live. That's how I'm trying to live, and ain't nothing going to stop it. And once you get there, because you could get talent, and then talent quit on you.
I'm going to ask you a tough question. Why is boxing such a good vehicle to teach children? Because
to me, boxing is life. Boxing is life. You get knocked down, you got to get up. You lose things in life, you got to learn how to still deal with it, you know what I'm saying? You lose your mom, you lose your dad, you lose your uncle, you lose family, friends, and you still got to live. Like, and to me, boxing is the ultimate tool to make you ready and prepared for life, for me, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, because you learn how to deal with losses and understand when losses come, it's something else that come with that, you know? And nobody want to lose nothing, but we ain't got no choice. So once you understand we ain't got no choice, we got to let it go and give it to the higher power, whatever that is for whoever it is. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? If we can't control what's going on, we shouldn't cry about it, you know? Whoever higher than you or whatever your belief system is, give it to them. And just move on with it. Like, you know, you have to. Yeah, your feelings involved, and your feelings going to be involved. Because if you love something, you're going to love it. But you have to also understand when you're not in control no more.
Well, life punches you in the face.
Back to back. Over and over and over again, and then you thinking life tripping. Life ain't tripping. Life just being life. And it's the truth. You know, you're like, why is picking on you? It ain't picking on you. It's like that for every soul, every person that was created. It's like that for everybody. It might have came more than one. You might have got dropped 50 and Chaz might have got it one time, but that one time might have just been enough to destroy him. You know what I'm saying? You got 50, but
what are you going to do to react is the thing, right? You got punched in the mouth. What are you going to do to react? I don't know if you know, it's a famous Mike Tyson quote. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Mm-hmm. You ever heard that quote?
Yeah. I actually had it on my wall in the gym.
And I think about that now that I'm into boxing. It's very true in boxing, but it's really true in life, right? Everything is good till it's not good. How are you going to react? Right? And what I've learned how to do is just shake it off and keep on moving. And boxing has really, what's great about sports is it's life happening in real time, right? The ups and downs of a game, the ups and downs of a boxing match is happening in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. In life, it takes a little bit longer, but we go through the same things.
Right.
Right? We're going to have ups and downs. Somebody's going to let you down. Right? Somebody's going to talk some shit on you.
And that's the biggest thing. Somebody's going to let you down, but I never let my kids believe nobody. The only person that can let you down is yourself. You should never let nobody let you down. How do they let you down? This just finding rooms, to me, is an excuse, period. Because that's another way to say that they or him or her. Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? You got to get it together. Like, because I never want none of my kids to blame life on nothing, on nobody, husband, wife, teacher, friend. No, you still got a chance to get it together. That's why you still here, you know what I'm saying? They left you. Find another one, keep pushing, do something else. Just like, I don't like for them to live with no excuses. I don't want no excuses, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know, like, deal with what you got. That's what make life fun.
Do you think kids that compete in other sports, basketball, football, baseball, whatever, can benefit from learning how to box?
Oh, most definitely. I think it don't matter what sport you come from. If you got the right person installing certain things in you, it doesn't matter what sport you come from. The discipline of boxing, this is the biggest thing with boxing. You get some kids right now that people consider bad kids, right? Out of control kids. And the biggest thing is what you do is you take all that out of control, you take all that bad, you put it together, and you show them how to use it and when to use it. And that's life, like, you know, showing control your anger. You know when to use your anger. Like, because after it's all said and done and you clean it up and you polish it, you make a great person because they know how to conduct themselves completely. You know, they know, like, nah, I can't conduct myself like that. They got people over here, so I'm going to leave that alone. And they're big enough to walk away with it because they know in their heart what stands. Like, see, a lot of people that do things, even kids in the street, they don't do it because they built like that. They do it like that because they're so ashamed of what other people go think. And when you start thinking about what other people going to think, you're going to react the way you're going to react because you got to prove something to Chaz and to her and to him. You ain't proving nothing to yourself. You just wanted to prove to them that I could have do that. And you know that wasn't even in your heart to do that, you know. But it's too late now. You didn't did it. And that's the biggest thing with the kids these days. Everything is about proving something to somebody else. It's never them. You don't go hurt nobody because of you just don't like them. You know, you got killings going on, and it's for nothing. Like, point blank, nothing. Maybe because he talked to your girl or because he said this on the internet. I mean, you're really going beside yourself. So you're proving something, though, to the internet and to people that you're really a fool. If you want to call a spade, that's what you're really a fool because now you are being controlled. You be controlled by people. That's exactly what's
Peer
happening
pressure.
to you. Yeah, you be in control. You ain't even in control of yourself. Look what you just did.
And so boxing, what I'm saying is you're just trying to instill that confidence within to where they don't need approval of anyone else.
You know, just instill it in them, man. I got kids right now, man, and it's crazy. 14 years old. I could tell them strap up with you and go fight. They don't care about what people, and they're gonna fight you for real, like a man, like so, and don't care about the result. Get up, mod buzz, go wipe their lip. Like, you good? All right, let's do it again.
So, all right, so you talked about the mental part, all right, the boxing, no doubt, the discipline, the internal motivation, no doubt. Boxing teaches that like better than any other sport I've seen. But I've noticed since I started boxing, a lot of like physically, I've been able to move better. Like what do you think that boxing teaches any athlete that they can get better at?
Pretty much basically everything, you know. Speed, your twitch muscles, you react. See, in some sports you might go, in a lot of sports, you'll go. I think boxing is probably, to me, one of the only sports where you have to be mindful every single time. When we in a game, I might not have to be mindful. We got 12 people on the field. When I'm in that ring, I have to be mindful of every movement. My study on you is my job. My job is to study your weaknesses. So when you in a gym and when you're learning to box, when you're learning to be, to use your feet, your hands, you're not just using your feet and your hands. You have to pay attention to what's in the front of you. So I think the discipline of seeing that and understanding, like, you know, you looking a man in the eye that want to hurt you because his job is to hurt you. We can't call a timeout.
Being engaged for every second.
Every second until that bell rings. So it's a whole different mindset from, man, I'm tired. I could sub. I could, coach come in. No, coach can't come in. None of that. So it's just being engaged that whole time, knowing that, you know, you could be humiliated at any given time too.
You could get knocked out
in the front of all your family and friends, you know. But
that's a different type of pressure that you're preparing for.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, it's totally different. But I had a kid that came in, man. He's a great kid. He got scholarships coming from everywhere, and he came in his footwork, his agility, and it was crazy. He went to a camp. It was in New Orleans. He wouldn't rank on nothing, but he been coming for about 4 to 5 months. His dad would bring him. And when he left, Nick Saban offered him a scholarship. He got one from Texas. They were so shocked on how he moved so good for a big guy. They didn't understand, like, how he moved like that. He's 6'4", 250 in the 10th grade. Like, how? And it was just the drills over and over.
The footwork
and everything.
The
finesse. And it's crazy because in his mindset, he was so big. And one day we was in the gym, so he was like, Derrick, when you gonna let me spar? I said, man, you sure you ready to spar? But in his mind, I'm the biggest dude. There's just some little bitty dudes in here, so I'm the biggest dude. I'm like, I said, man, I don't think you're ready to spar. It's not the same thing, you know? So he was like, nah, coach, I'm gonna spar if you got somebody. Nobody my size. I said, hold on, I got a kid that's 130 pounds. I said, I'm gonna let you spar him. He looked like him. I'm like, yeah, spar him.
Half his size.
Yeah, so he looked, and I said, strap up. So they go and they put the gloves on, you know? Man, and he swung the first punch so hard, and the dude just moved, and he kind of smirked at him. And then he moved again, and he punched him dead in the face, and he's like, he got mad, so I thought he thinking getting mad gonna get the job done, and he was just like, coach, I just can't hit him. I said, he won't let you hit him. His job is to not let you hit him. That's the only way you could win, and he know the only way you could win is if I let that big ball hit me. But 9 out of 10, you're about to get tired anyway. So their mindset is understanding how to defeat the opponent, whether they're on the upper end of it or on the low end. And that's one thing that I think for boxing, even if you come from basketball, it don't show you how to win because you could just make it. It show you that man don't even know how to use his left hand. It show you he don't know how to use his right hand. It show you every time you talk trash to him, he get mad. So you find weaknesses, not with just with what you do with your hands. You find weaknesses in everything, you know.
Because you have to study your opponent so closely in a boxing match and be conscious of his left foot, his right foot, his left hand, his right hand, his head, his chest, everything.
Everything. And then you find out, man, me and Chaz been having all this trouble, but he don't like a body shot. That's it. That was the whole key to the fight. I've been struggling. I lost every round, and this dude don't like a body shot. But that's life. You're learning on the go.
Yeah.
When you get in the ring, you don't just know. You got to figure it out, and that's why it's so... That's what makes it fun, because you could just engage with somebody and you just could look straight through their soul. You just feel like, nah, he got one more round, and I'm like, he done.
Hey, Derrick's a good salesman because he got everybody out there thinking they're going to learn how to play chess, and there's some of that. But when he's going to put you against a wall and have you squat for 2 minutes straight and do about 1,000 sit-ups, you're going to see why you can do that. Why that big boy went and his feet got better in 4 months.
Right.
Derrick runs a tight ship, but you learn how to jump rope. You squat more than you ever thought you would squat in your life. You do more sit-ups than you ever thought because a strong core is everything in boxing.
Exactly.
And then your punches come harder, your hand speed gets quicker, your feet get quicker. I mean, it truly is a full body workout, and you get better at everything. And look, if you could go box around for 3 minutes, what can't you do? Oh, seriously. I mean,
most definitely.
All of a sudden, a 40-yard sprint ain't too bad, right?
Oh, no.
If you go 3 minute rounds
at all.
When you're throwing punches.
And it's not just the punches, it's the adrenaline you got to control. People just thinking you're in there and you're throwing punches, and you get in there because you might get in there and you might like, I feel strong, I feel this. You do feel that. That's what you feel. Then you come and you punch the dude dead in the body, and he's just like, all right, let's go. You're like, well,
I just used all my energy.
Like, I just punched him. He's not even reacting. Like, you ain't reacting, Chaz. We're going to have to do a little better, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like the mindset. And what's the crazy part is that yesterday we was to the gym, and we was just messing around. We had a class for ladies, and one of the females, they just thought, oh, I could punch, and then they punched the guy, and it's like, man, I'm punching him, but he not doing nothing. And that's the thing that people don't understand. You don't understand what that person facing in that ring. Just on the outside looking in, you feel you could do better, but when you hitting somebody, or when you think you're supposed to be hurting them and you're not doing nothing, it goes back to your mind. Now you start doubting yourself. Because, like, I can't hurt them. But just because you can't hurt them don't mean you can't win. So you see, the thing of boxing, the games it plays with your mind, mentally, physically. That's why I don't want none of my kids to believe that they can't do nothing. Just got to do it in a different way, you know?
So, Derrick, I met you through some friends that told me about you, and we came from the same place. I knew your brother, and we linked up. And I said, I think I'd like for you to train my son, Jake. I mean, I like to learn from you, but I really want you to see if you can crack that nut. That's my son, Jake.
Right.
And you were kind enough to take it on. And can you talk a little bit about that? Like, so my son, right? He's an amazing, amazing kid. He really is. But he's not the most athletic, or he's not really drawn to sports like his younger brother, right? Not the most coordinated. He's big and tall and kind of not as coordinated. And I introduced Jake to Derrick, and I think y'all hit it off pretty quickly. Right. Can you talk a little bit about like what you saw and what was your plan of action?
Let me say, you just said something before I forget about it. I'm gonna say something. You got your other kid that's athletic as piss. He loves sports. He loves to engage in sports. And then you got him, and you say, well, he's kind of. You said something now. The other kid that could be super athletic, super talented. Jake already beaten him without even competing. Because Jake have a physical attribute, what people look for. Didn't even look for talent. We need him right here.
Right.
We didn't even care if he good. We're going to make him work. We're going to make it work because he have everything he need. When you 5'2" and you're good in basketball, 9 out of 10, you're not going to the NBA.
Right.
You could be 7 foot and not good at all. So when people see certain things, I have to look at it in my eyes, not in the way they think, not because of what you see. Because their train took off and they look good, that don't mean it's a ride for you. So going back to Jake, to me, is a kid still being a kid. Man, it was a time that he told me he like, I think it was, y'all was telling me he like dinosaurs. And I'm like, some people want their kids to grow so quick and just forget about being a child. Like, no, like your dinosaurs. That don't mean you don't. Because what your brother doing don't mean you need to be doing. Because your brother is not your competition first and foremost. When you get there, it's when you get there. As long as you know you're going somewhere. That's number 2. And for me with Jake, he's a passionate kid. Like, and I'm not saying, I ain't going to say nothing to make you smile or to make your wife smile. That's not my type of, that's not what I do. I'm going to say what I feel, and this is what I feel. Like, he's a motivated kid in his own way. It might not come from you. It might not come from your wife. It might not come from his grandpa. And it's just like filling him out, because it came to a point to where I went to your house one day and Jake didn't want to do it. You told me, and I'm like, you was like, tell him, Jake. But Jake didn't want to tell me because Jake didn't want to disappoint me. So with Jake not him showing he don't want to disappoint me, showing that he want to be better. Because he could have disappointed me and say, I don't want to do it no more. But he chose not to. He told it to you, but he didn't tell it to me. So my belief of him is him believing in himself. And this is the reason that he didn't tell it to me. Because like everything, we don't have to train. I mean, there's a couple of times after we train, like, hey, come see my dinosaur collection. Why not go see your dinosaur? Don't think that's weak. Don't think that's not a good thing. No, man. You got people that you might be a dinosaur. That's what you might do for the rest of your life. You might make millions and millions doing dinosaurs. So I'm going to shut you down for that to go be athletic? Nah, that's not what win. You doing yours would win. Don't have to be boxing. Don't have to be a lawyer. You do you. And I think that's what a lot of things go wrong, because with kids, it's everybody want them to be what the spotlight calling for them to be. Nah, just let him do him. And being with Jake, man, it was one of those days, and I was to your house, and I'm like, Jake said something. He was like, all right, coach. I said, all right, I'm going to holler at you later. And he came and he just hugged me, like, tight, like, and for those moments, That's the game changer for me. It's getting that kid to really trust and believe in me. And that affects me. And would that affect me? That's my drive. Like, right there. That's it. Like, Jake, you just want every championship bout. You ain't got to get in the ring. They ain't got to raise your hand. You just want it. With me, you just want it. And I teach all my kids, you don't need a referee to raise your hand to be a winner. And you don't need to be called a winner to be a winner. You're a winner. You know what it is. You went out there, you give it your best, you won. Because when you start waiting for people to solidify what you did, you already lost. Because they're going to have haters. They're going to have people, no matter what you did good. You could do everything good, and nigga, he's still not a good lawyer. Still opinion. And ain't got nothing to do with you. And ain't got nothing to do where you're going. And that's my thing with kids, period. And even with Jake, it's like that relationship. The other day, he trained with one of my other coaches, and he was like, you got to understand, like, doing the things that I did, seeing the things that I said, Jake told me, and your wife was there, he said, Coach, you know, I had fun today, but I wish I had a little more time with you. That's it. That's it. Like, that kid ain't had to say that. You ain't made him say that. His mom ain't made him say that. That came straight from the heart, and that's what I love about kids. They're pure. Show me anything more pure in life than a kid. You can't. What they say is what they mean. Whether they right or wrong, but it's pure. It's coming out their heart. Your mom ain't told you to say that. Your daddy ain't told you to say that. For him to come and just be like, I just wish I had more time with you, it's like, ain't nobody could give him no money to do that. Ain't nobody could make him feel the way he feel. Not even being a good coach could make him do that. But forming a bond and relationship with him could make a child do wonders, you know?
You said something to me, and I've repeated it 15 times. And one day, Jake didn't want to box, all right? He was just being lazy. It was not that he didn't want to be with you. It's not that he didn't want to compete. He was just being lazy. Because if you give a kid too much leeway, right?
Right.
And you turn to me and you said, Jake can make his own decisions when he's 18 years old. Right now, he does what the parent tells him to do.
Correct. Because I don't believe in giving a kid a choice. You're a kid. You got to wait till you're old enough to make a choice. Right now, your daddy say you're boxing. I don't care if you like it or not. That's what you're doing. He paid me to come here, be with you. That's what you're doing. And to me, when you give kids options, they become the adult. You become the child. That don't work like that. It's no options. That's the thing with kids now. They have too much options. An option to either go play the game, go here, or don't go there. It's like, it's no options. Like, nah, this is what you're going to be doing. And you don't have to do this for the rest of your life. Because it's not like you're asking Jake to fight. You're not asking, I'm telling you, you're going to do this. You know, and that's what it is. So I hate when anybody give a kid a choice. Me, I hate it. You got something in store for your kid, and that's what you want at that particular time. That's your kid.
So how do you take the good in the particular kid and still push him while respecting that kid's particular dreams and talents? How do you continue to push him?
Me, I push and then I push and I watch. I push and I watch. I don't push no kids. I push and I watch. Because as you push and you watch, you get a chance to see if that's what they want to do, if that's where they want to go. So it's like, if I keep pushing you to something and you don't want to paddle, might not be your ride. And that don't mean just in boxing. I mean in life. So I got to kind of back and like, you know what? How would y'all feel if Jake told me this, though? I don't want to box no more. I just want Derrick to come over here and play with my dinosaurs. Y'all, people are like, huh? Nah, I just want him to come play with my dinosaurs. Be like, that man can come. Why not, though? That's his dream. But for a mother, for a father, nah, you can't get that man to come over. Well, you shouldn't get that man to box or play sports neither. How you going to knock what he like because of what you want?
We want to put him in a box, don't we?
You know, so yeah, and it's like
parents want to put their kids in a box.
Like, you know,
we're trying to protect them is what we're trying to do, right? It's coming from a good place.
Yeah, most definitely.
Every parent, every parent that tries to push their kids to sports or whatever is coming from a good place, right?
Correct.
We want them engaged. We want them to learn team sports, be accepted by society, right? We're trying to do it out of love.
Right. Well, so what y'all doing is nothing is incorrect. I don't think no parent really want to do nothing incorrect for their child. You know, no matter what the situation may be, then you might have some that's, you know, that's what it is, but that's for another day. But like
that's for another conversation.
Yeah, but like everybody want their child to be better than them. They want their child to succeed. They want, you know, but the biggest success is guide them, discipline them, and understanding them, understanding the time frame.
Are you seeing, because you deal with a lot of kids and a lot of parents, are you seeing that kids run the household in too many situations?
Oh, man, I see it. Not just kids. I seen it in older ones, man, because I got kids that come to me that you wouldn't believe it. You know, they come to me and they walk straight down the aisle, and everywhere else is problems, you know what I'm saying? And they're not no problem kids. They're great kids, but it's just the structure of what you do with those kids, you know? So I don't even believe in bad kids, to be honest with you. Because I believe if you give a kid enough time and enough structure, they'll be all right. Might not be today, but like, because I say it because I get all kind of kids. I get kids that people consider bad, you know? Talk to people that been in prison for a long time. You know, like, so I don't believe in bad. I just believe in, like, I believe in this. When you're going to start doing anything in life and not giving truthful statements to people that mean something to you, that's bad right out the gate. Derrick, I don't like the way you conducted that. Yeah, you got to tell me that, Chaz. You got to make me better too. And I think when you give somebody when you straight with somebody, letting them know they wrongs, that's genuine to me. But when you got them right there and you just, you know what I'm saying, like just letting them do that and thinking it's right, you hurting them more than anybody else. Because sometimes some people don't have the words to tell the people because they don't see them, they don't talk to them.
If you were a parent of a 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old and you see your kid going down the wrong path, what would be your advice to the parent?
To the parent, pay attention. Pay attention, see why they choosing that path. You know what I'm saying? Before you jump on a kid and it's like, you got to get them to trust and believe in you. Don't be so judgmental because they made mistakes, you know? Because if you come in, if I tell you something right now, be like, well, Mom, listen, I like this guy, but this, that, and other. And you'll be like, no, I don't want you talking to nobody. You just shut her down. You just shut the whole thing down by what you want. Listen, it's not about what you want. You know what you want in your heart, but you have to listen. Now she don't want to talk to you no more. So instead of talking to you, she talking to the streets. She's talking to other people that's giving her all the wrong advice when you should have just sit back, listen to what your kid had to say, and give her the best advice that you could have given. And I think that's a big thing. It's like kids gonna make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but as a grown up, sometimes we forget about our mistakes, and we like want the kid to be so perfect, and that trying to make them so perfect make them fall farther and further away from us. You know, and it's not that it's a bad thing on the parent. It's just that you have to be an understanding parent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not telling to tell people how to be a parent because I wasn't always a good parent. I'm not even saying that I'm a great parent. But when it comes to understanding, listening, and, you know, making these kids believe in what they're supposed to be doing instead of judging them, saying you're not this or you're not that, I just, the judgment stuff is not good. I don't, you know what I'm saying, judge. We're pretty nobody, period.
No, but you never, I'll give you a lot of credit. You never claim to be a perfect person, and you wear your scars. You talk about the life you were living before and how you snapped out of it, and you realized the error of your ways, and you're trying to do better. A lot of people don't own the shit they've done before.
Right.
And you're using that to inspire others.
And it's crazy because talking about the life of what I used to do and compared to what I'm doing, I was like, out of everything, you know, you look at life and you wonder what makes you change sometime. Like you wonder, like what makes you would change. And when you put genuine people, especially kids, it changes everything for you. It changes a lot for you, you know what I'm saying? It changes so much. And not just with kids, good people, you know, having a good wife, good girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Good surroundings, good parents. Because for me, honestly, I don't know how I ended up doing the stuff I did because I had great parents, and I mean great parents. Some people could say their dad wasn't in their life. Some people could say that, nah, I have the most amazing parents. But still, as an adult, I chose to do what I wanted to do. And there's nothing they could have told me to. But now, as I get older, I feel I turn back into my parents, especially my mom, because that's the most unjudgmental person. That's the most amazing person in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, if I could have married somebody, I would have married my mom. Like, you know, like she's just, I never seen her a day in my life talk about a soul. Never, ever. And I'm telling you, ever. If Chaz like this church, well, Chaz, that's good. If she doing this, well, Derrick, you never know what they're going through. So that's where my non-judgmental come from. Like, I ain't never saw judge nobody, ever. And I mean, ever. Talk about nobody, ever. If it wasn't something good, it wasn't nothing coming out of my mouth.
That's amazing.
And I'm not saying it to put her up there. I'm just saying the facts if that's what it really is, you know. Never in my life. So me growing, I tell it to my mom all the time. I say, man, I think I really am getting old because I'm starting to act like you.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that doesn't sound like a bad thing.
No. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. And since we were kids, my mama was into like Martin Luther King Association, all kind of stuff, doing stuff for kids. And guess what? I'm growing older and I'm doing stuff for kids in a different way.
You definitely have a way of communicating with kids.
Yeah, I can't explain it either.
I can't. I don't know. I watch you. I mean, and I go to the gym too, and we're gonna talk about the gym in a little bit. We have to talk about the gym. But I go there and I see you interact with the kids, and it's like, dude, how does he get on their level but still strict and demanding, and you hold a high standard for him, but also are loved and adored by them?
Chaz, you know, sometimes I wish somebody could answer that question for me. Nah, for real.
We might have got to the bottom of it. It might come from your mom.
But this is the thing. Even with my girlfriend LeBar, like my kid, like they are so scared of me. Like I don't whip my own children. I never did. They could be in the gym playing. As soon as I walk in, they gonna start exercising. I'm like, like I beat them or something. I'm like, what? Like if you would think it was like, man, why they so scared? He must beat them children. And it's like, I don't know where it come from or why they act the way they act, but they always give me their all. Like, and I could fuss, I could do anything, and they don't complain. And what irks me is that I watch some of my kids be so. I'm like, both of you don't bring your and he'll go, he'll do it, and he'll do everything. And then as soon as they leave, and I see them like they get around their parents and everything just go back to normal for them, and I'm like, that's the norm.
Right.
And sometimes I pull someone, I'm like, man, why you do that? Like, you know, like, why you conduct yourself like that with me, but you don't conduct yourself like that with your parent? And I never met one of them with a good answer yet, you know, and it's just like, why? Like, I'm like, there's somebody that genuinely love you. Like, so why would you do things to be disobedient to him? Like, what's your purpose? And you go come listen to a stranger? Well, because I know when you say it, you mean it. I said, so what, you don't think your parents mean it? But the comfort, that's just like anything in life. Once you get comfortable with it, you feel you could get away with this, then you could get away with that because they ain't gonna do me nothing. The most I might get is a whipping. And me, I ain't never even whipping you listening, you know? So, I don't know, it's just something I can't really even, I wish I could have answered, but I don't really know how to give the correct answer for that.
I'm gonna shift a little bit. Tell me about the gym. Who can go to the gym? I know you just opened. Did you open officially yet?
I ain't had it like a grand opening, but you know, I'm open to the gym is open to anybody.
Born to be great.
B2BG, Born to be Great is open to anybody. Doesn't matter what you're trying to do. I don't care if you're coming for basketball, football, whatever, soccer, whatever it is. It's just and it's a great environment, man. I got a couple of good coaches. I got a good team, all in one.
So if it's your first, so if you never put on a set of gloves before, or if you're a professional boxer, it's open.
It's open.
Ages 4 to 99.
99, we taking them. Even if we have to push them around and show them how to throw a 1-2, we got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's open. And the gym was made especially for more than boxing for me, for people to engage. Every person. I don't care if you come from the streets. I don't care if you come from a family of $1 million. I just wanted to show that people could engage with everybody. I think that's the biggest separation, and that's something I wanted to prove to people. It don't matter where you come from, what you do, everybody could engage.
Well, I feel very comfortable there, and everybody comes up to me, show me love, come show Jake love, and I think you're achieving what you set out to. So your vision is, I want to create a boxing gym. Boxing gyms, correct me if I'm wrong, are typically pretty gritty places.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Just the nature of boxing. Boxing is typically in rougher sides of town, right?
Right.
Traditionally, I don't care if you're talking about Mexico, talking about the Bronx, talking about Thailand, fighters come from rough areas, and then you see the boxing gyms go in rough areas.
Correct.
That's the history of the sport. There's nothing. I'm not breaking any news here. What you're trying to do is create a boxing gym where people can, of all races, ages, creeds, our skill level, could come in, box, do your thing, get a good workout in, and be comfortable.
Right. Because
Did I capture that?
You said it perfect.
All right, cool.
You said it perfect.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
The thing about it is that when it comes to engaging, I wouldn't want no kid or adult you shouldn't be able to feel like I can't go there or I can't. No, I could go where I want to go. And I want them to actually know in their heart I could go where I want to go, and I know how to conduct myself in every place that I do go. Sometimes people, like boxing gym, like you said, they're real gritty. And I understand why it's like that, because you're training the mindset of a warrior. You're not training to go to win this. You're training you're training them to be hard mentally. But a lot of times with gyms now, even with good fighters, you ain't have to train them hard. Some of the greatest fighters right now is dad and son's relationship. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had, and the reason that the dad stuck to the kid like that is because he didn't want him to go through all the hard stuff. He showed him how to be smart. He showed him how to make better decisions. He showed him how to, like, the new things, like he showed him how to what and what not to put in his body, what and what not to do times before, and that plays a big role when you're so disciplined that you can't eat this, that, and that because you have to be 135 pounds the day of the fight. An ounce over, you're disqualified. That's discipline. That's discipline. That's not like that in really no other sport. Basketball, don't matter what your weight is. You could go and play. No, because if you're weighting like that means you wasn't working. That means you wasn't being disciplined. That means you was out last night. That means you was drinking. One thing about the boxing gym, it always tell you the truth. Every single time it will never lie to you, because you could lie to me right now. Coach, I ran 2 miles. I've been hitting the bag. All right, sparring day. And you don't need to tell me nothing. He ain't been running. He ain't been working on his jab. He was up late last night. I could tell. I read your body language. I know what you can and cannot do. I've been around you long enough. So tell the truth, and that's what I love about it. It tell the truth without speaking. You're not going to lie in boxing.
But, some of that old school mentality. I mean, if you look at, let's just use boxing just, but football, what a football practice looks like today is completely different than what it looked like 10 years ago. What a weight room looks like. They got exercise bands. Like Tom Brady wasn't even lifting weights anymore. Like, technology and nutrition and what we know about the human body continues to evolve. And so some of that old school mentality that we grew up on, me and Coach Wagsback and football and stuff like things have changed, and people are getting with the program. What you're saying is, all right, I think I know why those boxing gyms were gritty, and that served the purpose for that mindset at the time. But there's some things that are completely unrelated that will get you better results that have nothing to do with the grittiness. It's about relationships and being smart.
Exactly. It's like this. I'm going to give you a good example. I could have the best kid in the nation right now. No kid could beat him. What happened if you break his leg? What happened when he can't fight no more? This is the thing about life. At some point in time, you're not going to be able to fight no more. You're not going to be able to play basketball no more. So if you ain't built your mind to be a business person, to understand people, to understand life, I set you out for destruction. It's just one wrong move right now that's going to destroy everything. Break something. And you need to tell me that's all I did that whole time, them 10, 15 years in your life, is show you just how to play something? No, I gotta build your mind, gotta build your brain. You gotta be able to think. You gotta be able to be surrounded by business people. You gotta be motivated people. So you got no, this old. Like, I don't care about that. That's all old. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, they got a little gym and they got these little kids. They're not that tough. Yeah, they ain't tough, but your kid gonna be working for them. They're tough enough to know how to control stuff with their mind, not with just their hands. And that's the big thing for me.
You asked me to go talk to some of your guys.
Right, exactly.
You said, hey, man, just come around. Just come around.
Because I want my guys, some of my guys never seen that part of life. I want them to see it. I want them to understand it. You know what I'm saying? Both sides. And your view is never going to be how they view things, but you give them their view, it's going to give them a view that they never seen before. Now they got a different avenue. Like, if, man, you know what? I might want to be a lawyer. Never thought about being a lawyer. So if I could change Jake into being a boxer, why you can't change my kid into being a lawyer?
I'm down. I agree 100%.
See what I'm saying? So, like, I don't.
And you don't think that kid was never around people that are lawyers.
Lawyers, right.
Right? If they don't have a lawyer in their family, some of these kids never left the city, never left the state. Right?
I mean, you wouldn't know how motivated you would come and you would speak to those kids. And it might not be all of them. One of them kids would be like, man, I want to do that. Like, I want to go talk to people. I want to go talk. And it might not be to the 19, 20, 30. But that one time they saw you do it, and now that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to motivate a kid.
But I'm taking your advice. I'm building trust first.
Exactly.
Okay? They're going to see me around boxing, doing what they're doing, see my son there. They're going to build some trust and see I'm just like them.
Man, we had a whole discussion on you the other day. It was crazy because we had a discussion because Doug was like my other coach. He was like, yeah, man, you know my brother, you know all. And I'm like, man, listen, man. He's an open guy, man. And this is the reason that I love bringing things together, because you don't never know nothing until you bring it together, and then you come and then y'all having a conversation like y'all knew each other.
I went to school with his brother.
Man, and I'm just, it's crazy, man. Seeing even your son, Jake, running around like he owned the joint. Like, he's just so comfortable, like, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that, well, when he get around those little kids, he probably could dial it down.
No.
He went up.
He went up.
You know, and that's shocking. Like, you seen it, and it's like, wait up. He more active than if we home. So you never know what you're gonna get out of kids.
How do people contact you?
I'm gonna start promoting a lot of things. I got flyers. I'm gonna start putting out. I have Instagram. I have a Facebook page.
What's the page? What's the page?
Derrick G Smoke on Instagram.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the show notes because I've had a lot of people reach out to me to ask about you. Okay. And everybody's excited. And I know you're not trying to go crazy before you officially open the gym and get all your ducks in a row. Right. How does it feel being a business owner?
Man, it feels good. But to me, I don't consider myself a business owner. I think that's my only weak link. I'm a team player, man. Like, I don't believe in employees. I don't believe in none of it. I mean, like, we're going to either go up together or we're going to just stay down together. But, like, I'm just a team player, man. As long as my biggest thing with being a business owner is, to me, I'm not even a business owner, to be honest with you. To me, I'm building a foundation of something that's going to change for the course of life, like, period. That's my vision. My vision is not to own a business. The reason I have a business is to make a change. And that's my biggest thing, is to make a change. Everybody got what they want to do, you know, and it's like, because me, honestly, I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person, and it's like, if I could see these kids all come up and develop something from something that I gave them, I'm satisfied.
Well, I tell a lot of people that want to start businesses, I find holes in their business plans, but I support your business because you created a business out of a necessity. You wanted a safe place and a good place for people to meet and box, and there was nothing like it. Right. So you said, I'm going to build it.
And you know one thing I'm going to say that I never shared too? This is the thing. See, like, you came to the gym. Your son came to the gym. Your wife came to the gym. And, like, we in an environment with nothing but drugs and everything. And, yeah, y'all still could come and be safe right here.
I never thought twice about it.
Never thought twice about it. So it's like, don't speak on it until you actually get in there and kind of like live it, go through it. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is as bad. It's control. It's control. And if you know how to respect stuff, people going to respect you. Period. It don't matter where you're at.
I think you're knocking it out of the park. I think you're going to succeed. I think you're going to do wild, amazing things for thousands of kids when it's all said and done. And so that's why I wanted you on here, because I felt like it was very selfish of me to keep you to myself. I want people to hear the conviction in your voice and the great things you're doing, because I think you could probably help their kids like you've helped Jake and continue to help Jake. So, Derrick, I want to thank you for being here. We're going to put the show notes so people can find you. And good luck, my man.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
All right, brother. Hey, it would mean the world to me if you subscribe to the podcast and leave us a 5-star review. It helps keep the show free, and it helps us book better guests to provide more valuable content to you. None of the opinions expressed by my guests are that of my own, and nothing we talked about creates an attorney-client relationship or could be construed as legal advice. Hope you enjoy the show.
This podcast is powered by Acadiana Cast Network. Go to acadianacast.com for more South Louisiana sourced content.